Hey, welcome back to another Prairie Sunset Ranch Farm vlog. This guy's Aaron the Beef Baron. And thank you for tuning in, my friends. Well, Aaron, have you made enough hay this year? We're gonna give you an up-to-date bale count, see if we're okay for this year, and see if these bales are bonus bales. Maybe these are bonus bales. So let's go take a look at an old antique car I found on our property. It's been around forever, since I can remember. Let me know what it is and what you know about it for all you old car fans, your antique car fan. It's an old antique in rough shape that's been sitting in the rain, the snow, etc. So let's go take a peek at that. Well, the rain is coming and Aaron has fields of hay down, so you guessed it. We're gonna be hammering that hay through the old John Deere, and we're gonna be making some more beautiful hay. I promise you, this is probably one of the last haying videos, as this field was one of our last fields to cut. So we got a bunch of other things on the go. We're gonna be switching things up, so I can't wait, to be honest. I'm done with haying 2022, that's for sure. That's enough chit chat, Aaron. Let's pitter, patter, and get at her. Woo! Let's give her. Let's go check out an antique car. It's been sitting on our land ever since I can remember. Ever take a peek at her? She's a pretty old girl. There's not much left of her, but she's still kind of one piece. Kind of, sort of. An old car on our property. Kind of cool, eh? Check this out. This thing has been out here ever since I can remember. As a little guy, I remember it being out here. There's actually still some shininess on it. Cows have probably been using this as a rubbing post for how long? Pretty rough shape. This is in one piece, kinda, sorta. You can tell this is the shaded side because it's still got paint on it. GM stamped on it. Let me know in the comment box below. Are you familiar with this car? What is this? Now, I generally know cars. I don't know the antiques like this. This is a new realm to me. If you're really digging these Prairie Sunset Ranch farm videos, make sure you hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. When you hit that thumbs up, it makes me, number one, all fuzzy inside, and no, not indigestion. It's fuzzy with love. And it tells YouTube, hey, you know what? Aaron's video is okay. Let's open this up to a few more people. It really helps a small channel like mine, so thanks. Let's get back to work. Well, we're on our pass here of this field. There's a few passes done already. Dad's on the middle part. This is actually 5 different little pieces, 5 strips of land. This is nice. This is nice hay, but it wasn't growing good early on, and then it took off. It took off about a month ago. So this is definitely worth cutting now. If we didn't cut this last year, we pastured in here. That's why we fenced it off kind of temporarily, and that's probably why it grew, because we rotated the cattle into here and let them fertilize it. Worked their magic. Now we got some hay, so sun is going down, the hay is going down. Just about got this chunk done, finished the one beside it. Looks like Dad's almost done too, so looks like we might have this all done down today, so that's great. I'd say we cut this field down pretty damn quick. We're on our last pass. We're gonna skip over to that side, help Dad out, and we'll have this all these sections cut. So that's awesome. Well, all we got here, we got Dad going on the other side there with his little sycamore, and we're just got this little square left, I guess. So he did the rest of this little field, so awesome.
Story.
Well, we caught up to Dad. I'm gonna lay off. I don't want to be too close to him, especially directly behind him when I got the disc mower going. He's got an open cab. I don't want to toss a rock or debris at him or something. So I'm gonna try to stay back a little ways. We're on our last couple passes here though. Last strip. Dad did some good cutting here. It took him a little while, but he did pretty good actually for that little sickle mower. Man, he made some good time. So here's the other side I was talking about. So you have that section, then this one, and then we did those last two sections. So all finished out here. Good day, made a bunch of bales, knocked down another field. It's great. I think this is probably one of these. This is probably almost the last field. Oh, I have the back part of one of our further fields, but it's not really the full field. It's kind of a field and a little bit of a slough area. I don't know if we can even get in there. So I'd say this is our last major field that we knocked down. Probably continue haying, but we'll just be plucking little pieces off here and there wherever we can get into. But in terms of fields, I think it's all down. Finally. They changed the weather. We're supposed to get a bunch of rain starting this afternoon. So it's pretty early. The dew is barely off. I'm heading out to bale. We got a couple windrows made on that field we cut down. I gotta get them baled up. Starting to cloud over. It's pitter patter, get at her, folks. Woo! Well, we cut that field down yesterday. Not yesterday, sorry, the day before yesterday. So that was 2 days ago. So it's had 2 days to dry. So Dad went out there yesterday. I cleaned up the border, all the trees and the branches that broke down on the outside or the outskirts of the field. And he made a couple windrows. He said it was dry enough. So the dew is just gone. So we're gonna head out and we're gonna try to bale up that field. I know he's coming. I got the tractor's batteries charging. I know he had trouble with one of his batteries there, so I put on the charger. So he'll just be ripping out there later. Hopefully I'll have the windrows, whatever he baled up. I don't know, hopefully it's dry enough. Even if it's not, I'm still gonna bale it up. It has to get baled up because they're calling for a heck of a lot of rain. 100% chance tonight, and this afternoon there's like a 60% chance of it starting at around 5-ish. So I gotta really put the hammer down. Don't know how many bales I have. For sure I have 100, maybe over. We better get to work. It's pretty early right now. It's like 9 o'clock. Now I say it's pretty early. It's early for baling. I typically don't start baling at 9 unless I have over dry hay. But then I'll bale into the night, so it gets a little sticky, gets a little bit of moisture on it, so it's tougher. But you know, this year that hasn't been the case this year. You know, we haven't had any trouble with hay over drying at all. Well, I'm going the short way to this field. There's a bush path down there, but I'm just going across the pasture here where the heifers are. It's a lot shorter. I kind of know where the rocks are, so I kind of stay on this ridge. I think my girls want to come home already. They missed me. Ridiculous. They've been following me around the whole field. Man, I love this herd of cattle of ours. These heifer, the young herd. I hand raised these girls myself. Put a lot of time in with them, but it really does pay off. Truthfully, it pays off all the time and effort put into them. To that, all my pretty girls. Man, they look amazing too. Some of them have some big calves and they just look great this year. Now I'm just taking a peek at that bale. We wouldn't normally or typically bale it this green, but better than getting rained on. But these will keep. These are probably a little higher moisture, but they should keep. No choice in this, so we're gonna put these aside, feed them early on, break them up on top, whatever it may be. But some of this will be dried, some won't be. If there's lumpy areas, they'll be green. So be it. Better than hay getting 2 inches of rain on it, right? Made 20 bales on those couple rounds, so not bad. It looks like fairly nice hay. A little greener than I'd like, but it won't spoil, it won't rot. So bale's a bale. Oh, boss man just got here. He's already given her, so we're gonna follow and try to get these bales made. I have an audience today. My girls must have missed me. Every time I come by the fence, they come running, watching me. It's awesome. Well, we're putting the hammer down. We're already done this one little section. Dad's really ripping. I can't keep up to him. But hammer off probably 10 bales, just like that. Hay seems to be okay. It's fairly dry, green in spots, but get her done. Well, we're just finishing up our second chunk of our second section of 4 pieces. So we're almost half done already. So it's going pretty good. I got about 50-60 bales down already. No big issues. Seems pretty nice and dry. It dried up a little bit. There's a nice breeze. There's no sun, but at least there's a nice light breeze. Sure clouded up though. I think we're kind of on borrowed time here before the rain hits. Anyways, we're gonna keep on. I'll catch up in a few. Well, ready to drop another bale. Finished off this other hunk. This is the hunk I cut down. Got, how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Probably got about 18, 19 bales off this little chunk. So that's awesome. The last couple years, what was it, 3 years ago, we got like 5 off here, 4, and then we didn't even cut it the last couple years because there was just nothing. So pretty good. Some nice looking hay. It's nice and dry. So that's awesome. Let's move on to the last piece. We might beat the rain yet, people. We might beat the rain. Woo! Let's give her Swan River. Now we're moving pretty good here. We're going about 7 miles an hour. We got our big chunk here. This is our one big chunk, and then a little small piece beside there. So we're making our way, and it looks pretty nice and dry. So yeah, no, it's great. It did dry down a little bit in this wind, surprisingly, with no sun. Dried pretty nice, fairly dry out. It doesn't feel too damp yet, even though there's clouds rolling in now, so that could change in a hurry. I haven't slowed down, or really, I'm going 7, 8 mile an hour. Dad's probably going about 10 on the rig, but we got them almost all off. So I'm just gonna finish up this last windrow. I'll let you know how many bales we got off this field, and we'll talk a little bit about our bale count this year. Talking about rushing, like, is always rain coming, it seems. What a nightmare this year. Crazy. Still better than the last couple of years, but still, it still has its different type of challenges. Another bale. All right, I'm gonna get these last couple windrows down. I'll catch up with you in a few. Well, there we go. We finished. Wow, what a mad rush! Can't believe we got it finished. Got the whole field off. Got lucky. It can rain any second now. Well, it's a good thing we got that hay off there yesterday because it rained out. Let me go check the old rain gauge here, see what we got. So it looks like we got probably around 5 to 7 millimeters of rain. So not an abundance of rain, but that would have been enough to ruin that hay. So I'm happy we got that off. Even though it was a little tough, it was definitely worth it. As fall starts closing in slowly on us, it's still fairly decent out. We are done the majority of our fields. Our fields are basically, all the big fields are fully processed. We got the hay off them. We still have a bunch of little low-lying areas that are dry enough that we'll be cutting here over the next couple weeks. We have a couple little chunks here and there, but the majority of our haying is done for the year. Our field hay is all off, and everything we made, I would say, would be about 95% field hay. So that's good. But even though it is good quality field hay, we had a really strong growing season where everything grew really quick. It didn't get as much sunlight as the prior years. However, there was an abundance of material opposed to what we have been cutting, so that's good. But the quality, I know, won't be quite as high as it has been the last couple of years, obviously. Now, how we're going to counteract this is we're probably going to use lick tubs. We're going to use some kind of supplementation, such as alfalfa pellets. We're going to use that definitely with the background calf lot, and we'll probably use that with the main cattle herd as well as the heifers. It worked really well last year. We were really happy with the condition of the animals, and those alfalfa pellets really carried them through well. And it's really a natural product, so I was quite pleased with them. So I'm going to be definitely getting some more of those alfalfa pellets to supplement with. Besides that, we're going to be using liquid molasses. We're going to have the liquid truck come around, and we're going to be using some of our poor bales up with that, and we'll be putting that on some of our good hay too, just to keep everything going good. We want to keep a good condition on the girls. We want them to be real strong through the winter. Now, it's not just typical molasses. It is mineral, vitamin, protein, salt fortified. So it is mixed in with a bunch of other components that help it kind of being a universal supplement for the cattle. It's kind of like a protein shake for cattle. You can call it that maybe, if you want. Now, I mentioned a couple weeks ago that we were looking at getting or securing 1,200 bales. I wanted 1,200 bales to feel good about going into winter. Now, that will give us the leeway we need to properly and efficiently feed our cattle and not worry about a shortage of hay. So we will be feeding our main herd, which is back on the pasture. We'll have our heifers. We're gonna have our background calf lot. So that's 3 different groups of animals. We'll also have our horses, and we have our sheep that we gotta feed some really good quality feed to. So I believe those 1,200 bales should carry us through to that. Now, where are we on the clock now? We're at 1,300 bales. So we're good. We are good with our bale count. We have enough surplus. We should be fine. We should be able to weather the storm. Now, are we done haying? Yeah, we're done the big fields. We still got a couple little fields. We got a couple lower areas. So we should be between 1,400, let's say, to 1,600 bales within a couple weeks here. So we will be good. If the weather holds up decently, we'll be fine. At this point right now, we are fine. We're good. I can sleep at night. I know we have to feed. We're not going to be pulling, running around trying to pull strings and secure more feed. So we're good this year, folks. That's worth a celebration on its own. So why I wanted 1,200 bales, there's extra 200 bales. That goes to the background calf lot. That's going to be our feed lot. That's what we're going to be feeding. So it's really nice to have actual feed. We're not going to be feeding them any straw, so that's good. Last year they had to consume a little bit of straw with alfalfa pellets on them just to get them by. And is it the most efficient way? No, it wasn't the most efficient way, but we had literally no choice. There was no feed to be found, and if you did find it, it was expensive to the point where it's not worth feeding in the lot. However, we did make enough feed last year that we just scraped by. It made sense for us to do it, but we got hit with that overland flooding, and that was kind of the cherry on top. That's what kind of made it a disaster, you know, because we had an extra month of feeding up that we didn't plan for, and that's where we really had to kick into survival mode. But we made it, and I basically, I think it's because of the alfalfa pellets that the animals stayed in good condition, and they kept their condition. They were fed well, they stayed full, they weren't hungry because of that. But we did have a lot of manual labor related to that, but hey, it's just a part of the job, right? Animals first. We didn't expect an overland flooding to hit us so hard and so quick, and I'm grateful this year that we do have some feed rolled up, so that's great. Even if we do make 1,600 bales, I'm not selling any bales this year. I'm not selling any feed. Reason being, the prices are down here. You know, typically you can get a good 5x6 bale now for around 50 bucks, 60 bucks out here. And in my eyes, it's just not worth selling any of that feed off, because number one, there are no surplus hay stacks anywhere. Our hay storage is down to 2 straw bales, so we gotta restock inventory. We want to have some carryover. We're gonna tombstone stack them so we have some feed for next year. The Old Farmer's Almanac is calling for a hard or a harsh winter out here, and they're calling for very dry, drought-like conditions next year. You take what you want out of that. I don't know. I hope they're wrong. I think they say that the stats are, the Farmer's Almanac's right 60% of the time. So let's flip a coin and hope they're wrong. So there's much more value in the feed for us to keep it for ourselves. And if next year isn't ideal, at least we have a good head start on a hay count. At least, you know, if we do have a disastrous year where we only get 500 some bales off, or 600 or 700 bales again, at least we'll have enough to get by. So that's my plan. That's where we're at, and I'm really happy for it. So raise a cup for good hay, enough hay, and let's hope fall and winter brings us good things, right? Lots of good PSR videos, lots of good crazy cows doing cow things, getting into trouble. This is Aaron throwing in the towel. We will catch you next weekend with an all-new Prairie SSRH farm vlog. Be there or be square, my friends. Have yourself a fantastic weekend and have yourself a fantastic week. We'll catch you next weekend, and cheers till then. Bye for now.